Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Windows 11 26H1 is an update we've been talking about on the channel for a good couple of months now. And just to let you know that it seems that 26H1 has arrived because Microsoft yesterday, on the 10th, late yesterday in my region, has already rolled out the first Patch Tuesday update for 26H1. Which is KB5077179, which bumps the OS build up to 28,000.1575. So it's now in the 28,000 range of builds and series builds. And just take note though that this update and 26H1 are reserved for new devices launching with next generation ARM processors, starting with systems powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X2 series. Now, before we have a look at the actual update that rolled out, just a little bit of background and info regarding 26H1 and what Microsoft has to say about the update, because it can get a bit confusing. Now, first of all, Microsoft says that Windows 11 26H1 is available only on new devices with select new silicon as they come to market starting early 2026. So we are in early 2026, and that's most probably why Microsoft has already rolled out the first cumulative update for 26H1. Devices, Microsoft says, running earlier versions of Windows 11, as an example, like me, if I'm running 25H2, will not be offered an update to version 26H1 through Windows Update and cannot be installed as an in-place update on existing devices. So this is only rolling out to new devices with select silicon, new silicon as Microsoft likes to call it. Your so-called normal PCs are not getting 26H1. Now Microsoft says that 26H1 on those devices does make it possible for the PC ecosystem to bring you Windows devices with Microsoft saying with exceptional, I'm quoting, performance and battery life. So 26H1 on that next generation of silicon, as Microsoft calls it, is bringing better performance and battery life. Now Microsoft says that 26H1 includes the same features introduced with Windows 11 2025 update, that's 25H2. It is not designed to be offered or installed on existing devices, as I've mentioned. Instead, Windows 11 26H1 will be available on select new devices that will come to market in the first quarter of 2026. I've already mentioned that. It is not offered as an in-place update from Windows 11 versions 24H2 or 25H2 on existing devices. Microsoft carries on saying, devices running version 26H1 will continue receiving monthly updates for security, quality, and new features, just as versions 24 and 25H2 do. So that's why we've already got our first cumulative Patch Tuesday update for 26H1. Devices running version 26H1, Microsoft says, will not be able to update to the next annual feature update in the second half of 2026. And the reason for this is because version 26H1, Microsoft says, is based on a different Windows core than versions 24 and 25H2 and the upcoming feature update. These devices will have a path to update in a future Windows release, as I've been talking about. Windows will continue to release annual feature updates, with releases occurring in the second half of the calendar year, with the next feature update planned for the second half of 2026. And as I've mentioned previously, if we head to the calendar, we are expecting 26H2 to start rolling out, I would suggest, the end of September and the beginning of October for all devices, but not 26H1. Microsoft says that devices running 26H1 will not be able to update to 26H2 because they are based on different Windows platforms. So now that we've got all that out of the way, I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop and just give you a bit of a background regarding Microsoft's take on 26H1. It gets a bit confusing, so I hope that clears things up a little bit if you were scratching your head. Now, getting back to the update that Microsoft has pushed out as the first cumulative update for 26H1 5077179. First of all, this will include security fixes. Now, I have posted previous videos today, so just a quick recap. We get 58 security fixes rolling out across the board for the different Microsoft products and services. And there are 6 zero-day vulnerabilities that have been patched and are exploited in the wild. So that's important. And then Microsoft has also pushed out a couple of bug fixes for 26H1, where the first one is the update addresses an issue where certain GPU configurations might recently have experienced a system error related to dxgmms2.sys, resulting in the kernel security check failure error. And then something I have posted on previously is starting with Windows 11 26H1, .NET Framework 3.5. Yeah, right at the top. .NET Framework 3.5, Microsoft says, is no longer a Windows feature-on-demand optional component. And Microsoft says you must install .NET 3.5 by using the standalone installer if you are now running 26H1. So that's quite a significant little change, because there are still quite a lot of users, as I've seen in the comments on this channel, who still are using .NET 3.5. And then there's a networking fix where this update addresses an issue that prevented some devices from connecting to certain WPA3 personal Wi-Fi networks. And then there are 2 fixes for OS reliability. The update addresses an issue where BitLocker Hardware Lab Kit HLK tests in the Windows Hardware Compatibility Program playlist were missing. The tests now appear as expected. And then the final fix, the update addresses an issue that could cause trusted installer to stop responding and prevent Windows from starting. So interesting stuff. So only devices with Qualcomm Snapdragon X2 processors will ship with Windows 11 26H1 out of the box. Just take note of that. So interesting stuff. I didn't expect it to come and be rolled out quite so soon, but nonetheless, as I say with Microsoft, only time will tell. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.